last time on this episode of D&D, you guys finished dealing with the dragon.
Did we?
You
It's now a
discussed
warehouse.
plans of
With a broken door.
what to do with the remains. Did some investigating into the makeup of the dragon by Domino checking out the insides.
I went into it.
Jonah and
Oh, up in them
Tuki
guts.
took their leave, heading back to wherever
Who knows?
they
Where they might pop
they
up.
came from.
The space-time continuum.
We're fighting zombies soon after.
V asked for your guys' help, and you agreed. You guys finished up some stuff, headed back to Bryn Shander, checked in with Sally, and the rest of the town, checked in with Tina. Cap said his goodbye at that point as well, headed off to his home. As you guys finished up, V suggested you guys head to Bremen for the night, spend the night there, and then make your way to the awakened sperm whale to seek passage
Oh shit, that's
I forgot about that.
to
Wait, do we
the
level up?
island.
Yep.
Still level 6?
You will level up on the sleep.
Oh.
Oh shit.
That does sound familiar.
Wait, to level 7?
Yep,
Okay. Oh.
Wait, do I
Alright.
get anything at level 7? I don't know.
I don't know. Last time we ended with you guys just walking up to the city of Bremen. You're just outside the city limits.
How
It-
fucked is it?
It is pretty fucked. There's basically no people here at this point. Nobody has started returning to the 10 towns yet, as it's really only been hours after the after the dragon was destroyed. People are just kind of like
Come on.
laying low, waiting for instructions on what to do next. So the town is basically in rubble.
Come on, residents of 10 Town. Like, time's a wasted. Time to rebuild. I know it's only been a few hours, but like, get your shit together, get over your personal issues, and get back to work.
Has the Office
They
of
are-
Records been destroyed?
They are reorganizing in the like headquarters of Brinchander to efficiently rebuild the 10 towns.
Not fast enough.
So there's so it's like a ghost. There's like no one here. It's like
There's
a ghost
nobody.
town.
As you're walking up to the edge, it
Yeah.
looks like a ghost town. You do
Oh,
not see anybody. You don't even see any standing buildings. Like, it's
Yeah, this one
pretty-
didn't have a wall or anything that fell.
Right,
It was
I
just
mean,
kind of like a.
Bremen was one of the, if not the smallest of the 10 towns. Like when you walked through it your first time out, heading towards the sea of moving ice,
Yeah.
it was just basically like huts at best anyways. This was definitely not one of the bigger 10 towns.
Gotcha.
Behold, this vast pile of icy rubble is ours to claim.
Probably not even worth finding the most expensive pile looking of rubble and reading it while the owners aren't here.
You are correct.
There's
Although,
no scholars.
If there are any
Yeah.
invisible assholes around, it would be prudent to see if
Hey,
there's
hi.
chilling.
You would know that Bremen, in its heyday,
Oh,
has a population of 150.
sweet.
Wow, wow, wee, wow. Big metropolis, yes.
Was our inn destroyed?
We're not in that
We
town
don't
yet.
know yet.
Almost certainly.
Nobody's been there.
I haven't gotten it yet.
It's still there. It's pristine.
We could go there and just be like, hey, can we take a side route? But I think
It's entirely possible that our mummy was destroyed too.
I think he was smart enough to get out.
What of the children?
He was not in the inn when I checked on him.
What of the children? Force it's all like sullen real quick.
Remember,
And
we tried
Minzy
to
and
find
the
him?
kids were
We
not
couldn't.
at their place either.
oh, you went
Possible
simply
that they were destroyed
Yeah,
too.
because he
Yeah.
was tracking.
They turned into
Flew
steaming
in ahead,
piles of
checked
chocolate.
in on them.
The cities are destroyed.
Assumed
The cattle are
they got out
destroyed.
safe.
The children are destroyed. Everything has been destroyed.
The children are not destroyed. There's plenty of children left in Bridge.
I'm sure that some of the children.
My daughter. I'm just gonna go full Mel Gibson. Give me back my daughter.
You know, I heard the legend of this one
Liam
human
Neeson?
fighter named Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
You remind me of that legend.
I have
I'll
a
tell you
very
about it one
special
day.
set of skills.
I will find you, and I will worship Satan.
Do you want me to shout to see if anyone's here?
Thaumaturgy.
Nah.
We move on.
Awfully
Are we
jumpy
camping
music
here?
for nobody
Yes,
being.
Oh, that's right. We haven't even
Spending the
slept
night
yet.
That's why I was gonna be like, anybody.
We should
Yeah,
find the
it's-
most
I
intact
can't
looking pile of rubble. We'll make a quick
do
lean-to,
the-
and
We have a magical hut
Hut.
thing.
if
I
you
can't
can't.
do it today.
Yeah, we're all.
We're
What's
gonna
wrong?
have
You
to
had
rough
like
it.
poker.
I used up all my spells.
We're homeless because we used all our juice.
I think Villian
Tunnel
still have
time.
a slot left because she didn't really use many spells.
Yeah, no, she should. We got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
she
V
should
can
have
put up
enough
the
juice
hut for you guys tonight to camp wherever you guys want, in the heart or on the edge.
On the edge.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. You guys kind of set up on the edge of Bremen and settle down for the night. It is late evening at this point, so unless there's anything else you guys want to do, we can just.
I would like to take like a jaunt through town to see if anybody is like alive or injured or still here.
Sure.
Just a quick, you know.
Make a perception check.
You see charred bodies all over.
And one person that is alive that probably shouldn't be
11.
alive. Better off if they were.
Nobody catches your attention
She's
as
right
you do.
there.
I didn't want
As
to
you
hit,
do a
like,
walk
get
through
too
town.
on point.
You don't hear anything or see anybody.
Okay.
Oh yes.
So you guys
Sleeping.
go to sleep for the night.
Yes. Wait, is there? Oh shit.
What?
We're in the town.
Yeah. It'll be great.
So everybody go ahead and roll me a d20.
I'm gonna. That didn't count. She didn't say.
Oh, even in a destroyed town, it still works.
God damn it.
Damn it.
Responsible.
So it's the one thing I can never roll bad on.
Alex,
17.
Ian,
13.
2.
4.
Better than him. 5.
15.
All right.
3 people have never failed it at once.
You guys have all had. Everyone's had a drink.
We've all had at least
once.
one.
Oh yeah.
I've had 2.
I don't remember the first
I've
one.
had at least 2,
I'm pretty sure I've had 2.
maybe 3.
I think I've
Okay.
I think I've only had one. Got
May
the one in the
fails
room.
with a
I've had
17.
at least 2 or
You used 17.
I've
Ian, what
had-
did you have?
Today
I had a 13.
is Opposites Day.
I'll volunteer if it makes your life easier.
No, I'm just trying to I'm really just trying to decide. All of these have always just been as a way of being like, this one works.
Provides clarity.
It's
where there isn't.
it's helping make a decision.
I need everybody except for Martin to leave the table, please.
Scheiße!
It is your turn.
I had a feel.
So,
Yes.
you settle down for the night. It's been a long couple of days. You're tired. It's cozy in the hunt. Little getting on the cramped side. I believe there are 8 of you, or 7 of you guys now. So, but you're used to most everybody, and you go to bed and you're thinking of what V has told you about this quest of hers to find something beyond the glaciers. And it kind of speaks to your desire of finding the unknown, the powerful. You know, she spoke of these ancient beings that were more powerful than you can even imagine, and that's something that definitely speaks to your inner being. So as you fall asleep, thinking of all of this, you come to in the middle of the night, and it is dark. The clouds overhead, everyone else is still asleep, and just a short ways off outside of your bubble, you see a figure standing there.
What does the figure look like? Can I tell from where I am?
Make me a perception check. Do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay.
Decent too, because dark elf.
Mm-hmm.
It's out to 120 feet. But perception is going to be a 4.
You get that it's a humanoid figure, but it's completely obscure in the darkness. It's maybe 40 or 50 feet away, but just kind of very shrouded.
Okay. I would definitely stand up and try to get a closer look. I'd walk out of the walk out of the dome until I was maybe like 20 feet away or so. If that would give me close enough to give me a good view of whatever
Sure.
this is.
As you get closer, just some light features come in. It's still pretty vague. There is this like shadowiness to this figure, but you do get a sense of familiarity.
Mm-hmm.
You aren't sure 100%, but you do get the feeling that this is your mother or a figure, a visage of your mother. The way she's standing is that imposing, like you could pin that from a mile away, the way your mother always commanded a room that she was in.
Okay. Now I know, May knows, that these dreams have been happening amongst the party. We've established that as a group. And I think, given the one she had before, she'd be aware enough to realize that she's in one pretty quickly, of some nature. So, I would walk up to the figure, probably so that I'm within only like 2 or 3 feet, like face to face for a moment, and just sort of study the details for a second.
Okay.
And like, just get that feeling, that like inspection. And then after a moment, assuming there's no response.
So as you
Yeah.
walk up, every step closer, once you're within like 10 feet, every step closer is colder and colder. And it's in the middle of the night in Icewind Dale. It's cold already, but it is noticeably colder around this figure.
Yeah.
And getting like right up into her, she towers over you, which she did even at the point that you left. She is a very just confident and imposing figure. And there is a part in the back of your mind that kind of is like, shit, did I do something wrong? Like, is she mad at me?
Yeah.
But studying her face up close, it's impeccable to what you remember of your mom. Not a speck out of place. But doesn't say anything, doesn't move.
Getting, kind of that, like, presuming May's always been small, so I was presuming, like, have to look up a little bit. Get up to her and say, after a moment or two, I'd say, the resemblance is perfect, but I know you're not her. I'm guessing, and this is just a guess, you're who I saw in the mirror. What do you want?
Make a persuasion check. Or intimidation if that's more what you're going for, but...
Same to either, but 19.
Okay. You see this figure watching you. And it blinks. And ever so slightly kind of cocks its head. Just a little off center. And you feel its eyes kind of refocus on you. Like, you thought it was looking at you, but now you realize now it's looking at you. And it very faintly, its mouth not even moving. You hear almost in your head. it says, "Find me free."
If I need to free you, and something holds you, can you tell me what?
If, as much as you feel like it's not possible, you feel even colder, as if you were surrounded by a very thick, old layer of ice.
So, given that I've read the entire book on Levistus, is there enough with what I know of that? Would it make sense to make a connection? I guess with what May knows, with her background, have read the book, being a blood hunter and knowing about fiends and all of that particular one entails. Is there enough to make a connection with the increase or decrease in temperature on that question? And knowing what I know, what we've been through with the cult, what Vorx has done.
Make me just an intelligence check with advantage.
Just straight intelligence?
Yeah,
24.
nice. What's your intelligence?
It's I have plus. Oh, sorry, not 24. 21.
Okay.
My intelligence is 16 currently.
Yeah.
Or sorry, 17 currently.
I was like,
I added my intelligence saving throw at first. Like,
Yeah.
But still,
That's
20,
fair.
21.
still really good.
Yeah.
As you're thinking this and your brain is working at this and you're like, oh, this is a connection I know, you instantly feel this like anger flare inside of you.
Yeah.
No, this is not. I am not him. Like whatever's talking to you right now is very vehemently not Levistus.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And then you kind of, with that, you get this swell inside of you. This, whatever this is somehow more than even a demon prince.
Ooh. Okay.
This is a demon
Yeah.
prince. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, shit, I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna be wrong.
Yeah. So the impression I'm getting then is whatever is holding, preventing the voice from being free is more than Levistus. Or is that, did Martin interpret that wrong?
You definitely we're on the right track. This, whatever this is somehow trapped in something related to ice.
Okay.
But the being itself is definitely not Levistus.
Okay.
And it feels it is more than a demon prince.
And that's not the voice that said, "Find me."
Same. This is all the same thing. It's just between the voice and the feelings inside you.
Okay, so the feeling would be more like that no mere demon prince could do this.
It could be this thing talking to you.
Oh yeah, I didn't think this was. So what May was thinking is that somehow Levistus would have been partially responsible for imprisoning whatever's asking to be freed.
Oh, still no.
Still no. Okay. Okay.
This thing has nothing to do with
Nothing to do with
Levistus.
any of that. That's kind of where my mind was at with the cold and the deepening cold and then the imprisoning cold and then more cold and then the cold
I know.
connections. That's where. Okay.
It's been very convenient.
Yeah. Well, May's smart. She thought she made a connection.
Yeah, but
okay.
you still learned from that, even though.
Yeah. All right.
With your role, you're kind of gathering that it may have been intentional on maybe someone else's part that these are very mirroring situations, and that it's possible somehow you guys were intentionally led to this Levistus train. But that's almost like a red herring.
Sure. That makes sense. Okay. Then on hearing that and kind of understanding some of that, would ask, how do I free you? And if it makes a difference, I ask it both out loud and in my mind.
Okay.
I wonder if that make a difference or not.
Sure. You kind of think it, and then you say it out loud. The figure in front of you hasn't moved since that one little movement and kind of speech. So still in your head, you get just a little tug that makes you think of Vorks, and then followed by a little tug that makes you think of V.
Okay. Interesting. I see.
Yes, as it turns out for men, it's like a good quarter of all health issues are just like.
Would I have put together enough in my mind to actually think this is Ariel by now? With everything we've experienced in the campaign? Martin is trying very hard not to metagame this at all, and doesn't really know if I would know enough to know, because also May is smarter than me.
Go ahead and make me another just intelligence check, but straight this time.
Not as good. This is an 11.
Okay.
Okay.
Nothing that these dreams or the implications have given you really feel like anything that you've had with Aro, but she's been very distant.
Right.
You don't know of any direct connection she has sought out with you or any of your other party members, so this doesn't feel like anything familiar in that sense.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Then still, like, looking at this figure and considering all of this into account, look up one more time, kind of crane the neck up a little bit, you know, and say, I make no promises. This land is dangerous. But if I can, I will. Seems like it can be good for both of us. If you're as powerful as you claim, being in your favor wouldn't be so bad. And then after that, because May is May, she'd reach her hand up to touch her mom's face.
So as you're saying that, you do get a bit of a sense of pride swelling in you, but as soon as you reach to touch the face, the facial features almost melt away to this blank, empty face, and then continue, like her whole body figure starts melting into the shadows and just disappears right in front of you, to the point it feels slow in the moment, but also like it's happening so fast that you kind of blink and it's done, and you question if there was ever anything there.
Not actually. Was actually kind of expecting something like that.
And then you blink again, and you find yourself laying in the group, in the hut.
Okay.
Cold, but you feel the warmth around you from the other bodies around you, and the hut keeps in some warmth, and you look up. And the sky is clear, and you see Arl's lights dancing.
How much longer would I have in my trance? Since trancing would only take about 4 hours.
It's really close to the end of your trance that this happens, because it usually happens about midnight, which is weird for May's situation. So maybe like 45 minutes left of your trance.
Then, is there a stack of rubble around that's a bit higher than the rest? Probably.
Yeah, you could find one.
It's more of a symbolic gesture than anything else, but I would actually leave the dome, go find that particular piece of rubble, and just sort of sit up on top of it and watch the sky for probably like an hour or two, and then finish off the trance separately. And then, if it's still clear, just keep watching there until the rest of the group rises up.
Sure. So you sit there for like the hour and a half, 2 hours, and it's clear for that whole time.
Yeah.
Make me a perception check.
It's gonna go so well. 5.
You don't notice. It's just very pretty.
Yeah.
And when you finish your trance, though, and you wake up for the second time,
Yeah.
it's cloudy.
Okay.
And the stars are hitting.
You know what? I would stay there, even though it's cloudy. After all of that, assuming I'm not freezing to death, pull maybe the sleeping, probably bring the sleeping furs with me, bundle up a little bit, do the blanket taco maneuver, but still just stay away from the rest of the group for the moment.
Would
until everyone
you
wakes up.
kind of finish your trance out there on the rubble, then
Yeah.
stay there? Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right, you guys can come back.
Right.
So,
Thomas.
you guys all come to in the morning, finishing a long rest. You get your level up.
Does Goodberry disappear?
It lasts 24 hours, so if I didn't cast it in the morning, I cast it like right before the fight. So theoretically, that berry's still there for X amount of time.
What time is it?
At 1 hit point.
We're back to your normal
But you can eat it for
cadence,
food
so
and,
it's
like,
about an
nourishes
hour
you for the day.
before
Oh, that's
what
right,
would
yeah.
be
They disappear.
Sunrise.
What level spell is that?
for Icewind Dale.
So that was like what?
Pretty good.
Eight,
Good level
no,
one
it's
spell.
8 or 9.
Yeah,
Sunrise.
and, like, yeah, you could use it as like rations instead.
Yeah,
Or
you're
you
back
use it
to
to
your
like
normal
emergency
or
heal.
a regular
Pretty
sleep
good.
schedule.
That's pretty good for level
And
spells. Especially,
Feeds
especially
people.
once you get higher.
Yeah.
As you guys all kind of come to, you do notice that May is not in the hut with you.
Damn it.
Thaumaturgy.
Are we missing someone?
I mean, I can do it on Evorks. I should probably
Can I
make
sniff
spell.
out the
Well, don't waste the
hunk of
spell.
meat.
That's actually.
That's a
Sure,
cantrip,
make a
you can
perception check with
hold it.
advantage.
All right, he casts thaumaturgy on me, and I start screaming for May, like. "Ray!"
It's too loud to be yelling this much.
24.
Okay, so as Vork starts screaming, his voice is significantly louder than you remember it being the night before. You just kind of like test the air, and you get the faint traces of the lingering rotten meat, and look out in a direction, and maybe like 40 or 50 feet away from you guys into the town on kind of a raised piece of rubble. You see May sitting kind of hunkered in her blankets, her sleeping furs, and just sitting on a pile of rubble. She does look over in your direction as she hears the screaming Borks. You kind of make eye contact with her.
Point out towards.
I could get this within 60 feet. Just look over, see you, and telepathically just hear. Tell Vorks he doesn't need to yell so loud.
Forks. You can keep it down.
Fine. But that's not thaumaturgy, so that's the loudest fuck. Fine.
Anything else you guys?
Why are you there, May?
May you come back to the group?
Yeah, give it a couple more minutes, just sort of enjoying being separated from all the loudmouthed people, and then wrap up and make my way back.
I'm not loud. I'm boisterous.
You have an appropriate volume for your size.
Yes.
I hug you.
I hug her back. And as she hugs me back, I reach like down to your ear and whisper, "You never did read the note I left you."
A note?
I laugh and walk away.
I have a note?
You had one.
Did you give it to me on a piece of paper?
No, illusory script fades after 7 days, so it doesn't say anything anymore.
Wow, way to be a dick.
Hey! I know I have a note.
You do have a note.
from me. Blank.
No? That's the one that,
It's like the fucking screensaver from
From a
Jurassic
long time
Park.
ago.
Too late, you didn't say
You
the
know what I'm
magic
talking
word.
about.
I have a vague recollection. I don't know what it said though.
I actually wrote it out in
Said the
person.
magic word?
Please!
From what date?
June 23rd, roughly, or the week after.
Jesus.
Wow. We've been playing that long?
Got it right there. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, we've really stretched this campaign out.
Whoa.
I hate you.
Yeah, so it's just been a bit over a year.
Works just like language.
Man, I just laugh. Laugh. Love you too, Domino.
V will speak up and says, if you guys are all ready to
Yes, as I'm rolling up my
break
bedroll.
camp, we can be on our way towards the Sea of Moving Ice. It's a bit of a trek.
Yes. Let's be on our way.
We shall go.
We have a whale to commission.
Hang on, I think I have business here. Oh, wait.
You can come back and feast on the corpses later.
Yes. I mean, no.
I reach into the pouch and...
What'd you get?
Giant rat, a boar, and a direwolf. One useful creature.
Yeah, the giant rat's gonna be pretty sweet.
Totally.
So, for the sake of it, as long as everyone's okay with it, and if there's any conversations you guys want to have while traveling, we can do those. But V knows where she's going, so she's gonna kind of lead the party, and it's about 3 days to get to the
Oh my
sea
goodness.
where you need to go.
All the
But
shites.
For sake
We
of
can just-
expediency, I think we can just skip over all that.
yeah, is there any conversations people want to have on the trip? Otherwise, we'll just fast forward to you guys getting.
Vork's is gonna quickly make a couple points to May about the benefit of the helmet.
And yeah, at some point when we start talking about the helmet, I will take it off and give it to you.
Ah, squishy, squishy.
When you
That's my notes.
is that an attunement, Marty?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was.
When you attune to it, because it takes an hour to attune to it, but you have plenty of time to do so.
Okay, I'm just
It
gonna assume
does-
it's sometime when travel.
Adjust to the size of your head, so it fits
As-
you nice.
It's like a little, where it was like a pointed Pope hat, now it's like a little yarmulke.
And May enjoys having free hair for the first time in several days. As there was
As-
a bush, then there was slope.
As if the aesthetic of your character could not get any more
Bizarre.
bizarre and ridiculous.
Picture. Is there a picture outside of the session? Because I know we've been talking about random bullshit, but if there's a legitimate picture of this item, I would love to see
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone else have anything they want to discuss on the trip with anyone
My note.
or V?
That's pretty pointed to you, man.
How do I not have it in my notes?
It's magic.
I would say probably,
never
but I
read
can't
it,
think
and
of
you
anything
got
off the
it.
top of my head right now.
I did read it.
You do not have to have conversations every
I don't
time.
remember.
No,
You
I
don't.
don't.
Everyone just walks in silence for
Because of,
3 days.
You've had a very eventful
you
last
found
couple of
it.
days. Like
And you
3
knew
days
it was
of
from me,
quiet
even
is
though
very
it was, like,
refreshing.
from
We have
someone
plenty
else.
of
It's pretty much a
conversations
hike.
read it.
of no
And
substance.
didn't read it.
This is gonna eat you alive. And he told you it that was there only to tell you immediately after that you can't read it.
Yep.
I'm not speaking to you.
Like I said, it's a very quiet 3 days.
And I am silent for 3 straight days. Deal with that.
That's a reminder.
As you guys approach, about midday and the third day, you come towards the edge of the Sea of Moving Ice, where V has led you. You see the shoreline. There is a small domed cabin that faces the bay. There is a bloated door that's covered in ice, and dormant barnacles hang slightly ajar on bloated door covered in ice and dormant barnacles that hangs slightly ajar on rusted hinges. There is a short dock with a small rowboat frozen in the ice as the ice extends long past what used to be the edge of the sea. And a short walk out into the sea, you see there is what looks to be like a copper bell dangling off of a 10-foot tall wooden pole.
Magnificent.
What was the lady's name again?
V.
V.
Valena.
Villen.
Valienne.
Villen.
Valena?
V. It's VELLYNNE.
Valina? Valina?
I've said it
Valen?
different
Valen?
every time. So,
Valina?
I
Valine.
think I looked it up and it was like Velen.
Velen? So, Velen, what sort of things must we negotiate with said whale?
Valin. Officially, Valin.
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 Says the pronunciation guide that I have in my
Alright,
book.
Valin. Valin. Valin's a name.
Oh yeah. I'm just bad at names, that's all. And pronunciation guides.
Valin.
Valin.
I have never negotiated with a whale, nor ever seen one. What sort of things do they treasure?
From what I've heard, offering it food or one of its companions' food can befriend it.
And they're quite large, right?
Giant.
You would make a good snack if that's what you're thinking.
I was about to say the same about you. Okay.
I'm sure it's a delicacy since you're both from under the earth and not like land-dwelling creatures. Probably never encountered it.
There's an awful lot more meat on her than there is me, though. I'm sure that if something quite this large was looking to feast, to gorge itself upon something, it would be much better off with the rarer meat of the duck.
Yeah, but
Rapid
every
check.
every fancy dining establishment I've ever been to, the portion sizes are real small.
We might be able to.
You're spicy.
And that's why you're getting ripped off.
I might have more meat, but you're spicier.
We might be able to.
I can't disagree with that.
Catch
I
an
cause
octopus
indigestion.
or something in the sea as well.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't need to sacrifice all yourself.
So you're right.
I thought we had moved on from the sacrifice idea.
I mean, like, it's always on the table.
Somehow, that doesn't surprise me that you say that. I don't mean that in a negative way.
We have a bunch of meat on you.
Life is about sacrificing yourself for the
Just dump
better
some rotting
of
meat in
others
his mouth.
that are worth sacrificing yourself for.
I just look over at Domino like they're still talking
I've
about
always
which
just
one
been
they
told
want to
life
sacrifice.
finds a way.
You hear that telepathically
That's
because I'm
nonsense.
flexing. Because I got the little squid hat.
I messaged you back.
Oh shit! Domino hasn't been silent for 3 days.
No, but what would be funny is I can still speak telepathically, but now it's the only one where you can't respond. So I could have just been annoying Domino all 3 days in her head, and she never would have been able to respond without casting her spell.
And guess what? I wouldn't have responded because I don't want to talk to you.
Vork steps out onto the
I
ice and
messaged
walks
you
towards the
because I don't
bell.
want to talk out loud.
So
That's
how about
the
this
point.
fishing?
But I'll talk to you.
You ring the bell?
Yep.
Okay. Orcs walks out, rings the bell.
Shouldn't we have food first? Isn't that the bell that will summon the whale?
I think he's volunteered.
No idea. Is that the bell that summons the whale?
About to find
Think so,
out.
Yep.
Cool.
So
Doesn't the whale speak?
Can I try to mage hand like an octopus?
Oh my god. Roll.
Sure.
If you roll
How
a
heavy
20,
is an octopus?
Just
I
mage
can't
hand?
lay like 5 pounds.
So, whatever your mage hand can lift probably isn't enough to satisfy a sperm whale.
Yes, this is quite large.
I have gotten you a fish.
well, technically, the sperm whale eat little itty bitty krills, so it might be too much.
They also eat colossal squid.
Oh, that's right. I'm thinking of the wrong whale. Never mind. Sperm whales have teeth.
Blue whales.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, they have the really weird hair things that they filter out.
Soren, what's your passive perception?
15.
Kai, like 17 or something?
Yep.
Works.
This is not a big deal.
May
Too
yours
long
is low.
skip.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's not very good.
Yours is low.
10.
15.
Oh, 11, 11, 11.
Big spender over there.
Okay. As Works rings the
I
bell,
only do it to a dagon.
and Domino, you go to cast Mage Hand. Just as you're kind of starting the spell, you and Soren and Kai notice in the air these large black figures start sweeping in towards
From the
bell.
air?
They start kind of doing a wide circle overhead.
Do they, as we notice this, look up, do they look like griffins? Since we know that that was an option to get over here?
Nope, not
Okay.
griffins.
Shit.
So
You
how,
get very like
come back
Sense
down,
of
you sack of
scale.
bones.
Yeah, like how, yeah.
Come back down, I swear
Very
to
far
God.
away and big.
giant birds.
Okay. Bigger or smaller than
Pelican.
Tuki?
Albatross. Osprey.
Yeah, like
Fucking pelican.
Ancient dragon.
like
It's
Tuki
the white
sized
dragon
birds
again.
as a reference point.
I'm ripping that
no,
mage right
I
off the
believe
fucking saddle.
smaller
and
than
tied it up.
Tuki. Definitely not a dragon. This is very bird.
Okay.
Tuki!
Exceptionally cacaw.
As they kind of get closer and start tightening their circle, her chameleon. They would be large in size. And as you guys are kind of watching them get closer, as they come into view, you do recognize them as vultures.
Oh, those are big vultures.
Giant vultures.
Yes, those are giant vultures.
What?
Yep. There it is.
What's dead nearby? Oh shit.
Us.
I have a lot of dead meat on me.
What are you talking about?
This might be my fault.
Tighter,
Oh no.
very, very predatory look to them as they.
Do I notice the vultures now? The
If
people-
somebody points them out.
Is fucking somebody pointing them out?
Oh yeah, I made those comments out loud.
Okay.
Oh. How far away are they?
You say.
Are they within fireball range?
You said,
Oh, yeah.
You said there's
Oh,
3 of
well,
them.
in that case,
Does it
Hold
look
on.
like 3 of them would be enough to feed a whale?
I have a solution to this.
Hold on, the whale might not want his food cooked.
Forks applauds his initiative. Like, well done,
Huck
Forks.
a fireball at them all.
I can be convinced.
Well done.
They're large-sized creatures, and you know them as beasts. And
And I'm going to pre-cook
there's
them.
3 of them.
I want to ride one.
Well, it's worth the effort then.
Ride one?
Yeah, they're large. Oh, I guess I'm large too. No,
I'm
I'm medium,
not
but
super
I'm
familiar
large.
with
It's true.
the
For
whales.
doing
Exclusive diet.
Fuck.
Oh, no, giant vultures can actually
Yeah, it would have been
carry that much.
whatever V told me in casual conversation. Mainly just
I've
like
had too many
very
trophies. And Vulture's like, we're going down.
Well, I don't know how many I'm going to get with said fireball, but I will attempt to get as many of them as possible.
And what's the range? It's 20-foot radius, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 40 feet
40
wide,
feet.
like
Yeah.
40 feet.
Oh, no. Or, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite large.
Yeah.
They're pretty close together, so you can attempt to hit all 3. You gotta roll. Or is it
Six.
six?
Six.
Yep. That's pretty good. We'll go with that. It's okay, they're just birds. Big birds, but they're just birds.
They coalesce together and they turn.
Oh no!
You don't know the meaning of subtlety, do you?
Giant firework go off in the sky.
Like the ice around us cracks. Shockwave. We all drown.
That's
What if those birds were friends of the whale?
25.
Gotcha.
Okay.
3 cooked vultures.
They all failed. But
Great.
they all still are up and they're looking very mad now.
Okay.
They start to dive in. So let's all roll initiative.
Great.
Do an aileron roll. You get advantage on this now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I rolled a 20.
Yeah. Okay. They had it coming.
They are creatures of nature.
Yes. Large and probably like.
As scavengers, I'm a little offended.
I had a 20
20 to 25.
20 total.
Well, I was
This is gonna be
offended.
high.
They thought that I was scavengeable.
Okay.
This is
How much
20.
is yours exactly?
23,
What are they
sorry.
coming for?
Maybe the giant whale is dead.
15 to 20. 10 to 15.
I was-
I got
okay.
yours.
13.
Five to 10.
7.
6.
Wow, guys. You can see we're keeping it on point here.
You had 7.
7.
You had 6.
Yes.
Okay. So as they start diving in closer,
Combat music. This is combat music.
general.
It's happy.
They're just vultures.
Said confidently.
As the polymorph fails.
The white dragon.
The whale.
Morx is up first.
Flying whales rain from the sky.
Javelin.
Okay.
How far away are they?
They're about 60 feet.
Convenient.
18 plus 6 is a lot. 24.
Hits.
Oh, that's a D.
Oh, should we be placing ourselves?
Probably not gonna last long enough for this.
Okay.
Dang it, there are a million D6s in here.
I got new pens, guys.
Ooh, pens are exciting.
I know, so much.
6 piercing damage.
1, 2, or 3. You aim for number 1,
One.
2, or 3. Okay. And the fire damage was 25.
Yes. 25 or 24.
25.
Do I get 2 attacks with javelins too? If I
If
have,
you have another javelin.
I have 6 more javelins.
Like, technically, you still get 2 attacks. So you get
Yeah.
launching javelin.
It's just attack with a weapon.
Haha!
Oh,
Oh,
You have to roll the hit.
And you
16.
said it was 6 piercing the first time.
Yep.
16 hits.
I should probably re-roll that one then.
No.
Alright, well then it just takes 12 piercing damage.
He rolled the damage first, or do you want him to re-roll?
No.
Sorry.
What damage dice are you rolling?
D6?
It was 6.
Oh, it's
total
plus
times.
3, I'm sorry.
It's 12 total.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, it's not 12 total, it's 3 total, or 9 total. I thought it was plus 6 for damage, it's only plus 6 to hit. It's only plus 3 for damage, so 6 plus 3 is 9. And the second one.
That one with the second throw falls out of the air.
Very good.
He's not raging.
Kai.
After that one gets smoked, the other ones like back off at all, or are they still in their free fall?
No, they're still going for it.
Alright.
They're volatile.
Just gonna look up.
I almost ran out of rages last time. I'm not blowing all of them birds.
Yeah, no, don't.
It only takes till level 7 for you to start
Just-
to realize that.
Just because you can get mad doesn't mean you should get mad.
Character development.
They're not close enough for my cantrip. I really don't want to waste a spell on this. So for my turn, and I'll just shout at them,
Oh, is that your
and
second and third?
I'll cast Thaumaturgy and just shout and roar at them to try and intimidate them away.
You cannot.
Oh, okay, what did you say?
You're choosing not to cast.
I can't hit them; they're too far away.
Oh.
You're just yelling at them. Go away!
Stupid dog!
Old man just at birds.
Here's the old man yells angrily outside.
They're like, I just shout, it's your last chance.
Begone, foul
Yep.
beasts.
Okay, intimidation check.
against the giant bird.
Make an imitation.
Intimidation.
11.
Check. Yeah, got it.
The vulture's actually laughing.
Keep in mind. I'll keep that in mind. For asterisks for their turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna huck a firebolt at one of them.
Fireball?
For firebolt.
Okay.
Whichever one's closest.
Okay.
Pretty sure that hits. And that is 12 points of
19
damage.
plus something.
What to hit?
19 plus.
19 plus
Okay.
stuff.
I can't read your
Yeah.
dice.
Oh yeah.
So, but yes.
She's on
And
fire.
how much? Did you say?
12.
12.
Mhm.
That is enough to take down the second one.
Mhm.
Just kind of.
I like fist bump. Bolt.
I'm picturing the like perfectly roast bird without any feathers just tumbling down at this point.
It's not an anime.
No, it's an American cartoon from the 60s. It's
Yeah.
got the little chef hat things on it.
Domino.
Oh, crossbow love. Last one. 13.
13 hits.
Jesus. These things
Moida,
walk.
yeah. Moida.
And 8 plus 4.
12, which is in moitering range.
Yup. That one just pierces through it. These guys did not stand a chance.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna go
I
grab
tried
my
to tell
2
him.
javelin out of the perfectly skewered one.
See,
Problem solved.
only the third one with the crossbow bolt actually lands on solid ground. The other two went plummeting into
Kapoosh.
the.
Shit, I only have 6
Does it
shot
land
immediately.
immediately? Or I guess, yeah.
No. They do just kind of splash in. You don't see anything immediately.
Are they
I use my-
sitting on the surface or are they starting to sink?
They're not floating, but they're not sinking.
They're bobbing in the water.
Yeah.
Like a buoy. How far out?
In all
Hey,
fairness,
this is how
as
we all
most
die.
dead things do.
It's
Kind of
about.
floating just below the surface.
About like 35 feet to the hole where the opening in the ice is that they splashed in.
Okay.
The other one landed about like 15, 20 feet off to your guys' left,
How
but it
far
was
can
on
you-
the solid ice.
30 feet.
30 feet.
Mhm.
Alright. I can get you closer and just like hold you up in the air.
To dangle it?
Like out over and try. Or I
What are you guys trying to
was
do?
gonna see if you could mage
if
hands
there's
out and grab the
if
bird.
there's one
Oh.
that's like
Yeah.
within range of
10
30
pounds,
feet,
Kai. 10
we'll
pounds.
pull
Yeah, but
pull
it's
that in
buoyancy.
towards us.
It doesn't. It's just
Oh,
dragging
just
it.
resting.
Yeah. Like I just want her to drag it. We're not lifting it. We're just pulling it towards us.
So there's one about like 15 or so feet off to your left on the ice.
Yep, we'll pull that over.
How?
Mage hand.
You cast Mage Hand?
Mhm.
Okay.
You both have it. You can just each.
Mm-hmm.
That's 20 pounds. You could feed a Thanksgiving dinner with that.
Why don't the monster manual have weights?
Because that would be a little too crunchy for 5th edition.
Crunchy?
How much does a giant vulture weigh, and can Mage Hand move it since it can only move 10 pounds?
Well, they said
so
since
Mage Hand
it's
can only pick up
buoyancy
10
in water.
pounds.
so-
Oh,
No,
so we
he's
could-
trying to pull the one on ice.
So,
Oh.
Oh,
He's
the
trying
one
to
on
drag
ice.
Well,
it along
birds,
the ice.
birds are not going to weigh too much.
It's it's bigger than
Jason,
you.
Oh,
a-
okay.
It's a large
regular
creature.
turkey is like 20 plus pounds. This is a
Fair.
giant vulture.
Fair. Okay.
Right.
So that one I'm
So
not.
definitely more than 10 pounds.
Yes. Not going to
Oh,
mage
yes.
hand that one.
So the,
Oh, I was hoping
Sure,
it
I was
comes
gonna
with
let him like keep it floating in the water, but Jason was trying to drag it along the ice, and I'm like,
Oh,
I
no.
think a bird would weigh, a
That-
giant bird would weigh more than 10
The
pounds.
ones that on land we can just pick up. I'm just trying to drag the ones that are floating closer to shore. I'm not trying to lift or do anything. We just need like a force to
Right.
nudge them.
So the Griffin
that way.
Vulture, also known as the Eurasian Griffin or the Old World Vulture, weighs anywhere between 15 to 25 pounds.
Okay.
The Condor weighs anywhere between 17 to 33.
Okay.
Fair.
So
I would.
somewhere around 30 pounds.
I was gonna say I would almost quadruple it though, for the sake of it being giant.
A regular
Large.
bearded vulture weighs
Sorry,
13.
large.
It's called a giant vulture, but
Yes, I-
creature size large.
Yeah, I meant large.
The two floating in the ice are about like one's 35 feet from where you guys are currently, and one's about like 40 feet from where you're currently. But
Okay.
the ice seems solid if you guys want to try and walk out onto it to get closer.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I've got the
Forks.
crampons and
Californian Condor is 20 to 24 pounds.
Believe
More than Mage Hands.
Yes, yes.
That's all I need for right now.
I'm concerned
So-
it's gonna feed a whale.
Yeah, so the ice that where it fell is just like a bunch of shifting ice, or like I guess
it's
like how we,
specifically a pretty clear opening in the water here.
okay.
V would say, you guys kind of gather, that's where the whale comes up to meet the people that are that call it. So it's a pretty
So we can-
clear,
yes.
just open water area. But it's only like 20-foot diameter hole.
It's a big hole.
If it looks like I've got the ones in the water handled, I can run out and get the one on the ice between claws and crampons.
Okay. I don't think they're doing anything. They can't reach because Mage Hand is 30 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So nobody can get to the water ones right now unless you guys walk closer.
Yeah, I mean I'll go in the water if I have to.
Yeah, I got
wasn't sure yet. Yeah,
I've got
Wait, yeah, you can turn into animals.
I can, but
Turn into like an orca and
that's
go
a
swim there.
giant waste of time to do that. I could just walk out there and just like paddle over there, push it, and paddle back.
Yeah, that's fair. And if you
and
fall,
also
and if you
tie
fall
a rope
through,
to a jab.
I was about to say,
and
I'm
if you
tying a
fall
rope
through, you
to.
can turn into an orca.
I'm tying a rope
Yeah,
to
fine.
Kai and tying it
Yeah.
around my waist just in case.
How on earth are we overthinking this?
Right.
Can I just go get the thing?
Kai starts walking out, Vork starts walking out, Soren starts walking out.
And he does not.
Coward!
The
I
ice
used
holds.
fireball. I already did over half the work.
Over.
You guys get to the edge of the hole.
Yeah.
There was a
They're kind
problem.
of floating 5-10 feet out into this.
I just put my feet in the water and start kicking, just waiting for the whale to show up. While Kai swims out and goes and gets his vulture.
Okay, Kai, you jump in the water.
Yeah, I take my jacket off first. Leave my ring of warmth on. So I get back into the water, and it's like, could be worse. And I just
It's
sort of push it.
frigid.
Yeah.
Does his ring do
The ring of warmth keeps me from not-
and just slip off his
keeps me
finger
from
and
not,
This is fine. Oh God.
What is it that the Ring of Warmth gives you?
means it can't be warm.
Yes,
Like, it can't
yeah,
have-
it gives you
Yeah.
warmth.
That sounds
Why
right.
did we get a ring of warmth?
I got
like
it's
the very
bigger, yeah.
beginning.
why did we give it to Kai?
I did.
He's
The
the one
lady
that
gave it
got
to
it.
me. So while wearing the ring, I have resistance to cold damage. In addition, you and everything you wear cannot be harmed by temperatures as low as -50.
That's really cool.
I might have one. I think I do. I think I left it.
So like the cold doesn't hurt me.
Yeah,
That way.
I'm-
I'm just wet and
Pretty sure even like the coldest parts of the planet don't really get that cold.
This is not the planet,
Barb?
so I mean.
Right.
Ice
Yeah,
and
I'm just saying though, Earth still does get pretty cold in spots.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, no. He'd be screwed.
Really?
eastern Antarctic Plateau, right? Record temperature -94 degrees C.
Wow.
Yeah, the salt water makes it colder.
But water can only get so cold.
Vorx, what is your constitution modifier?
That is impressively cold.
Plus 2.
Impressively cold.
So as you're kind of kicking, waiting for Kai to swim out and back, you're going for both, kind of wrangling
Might as well.
them
Murder
both
what?
in. Okay. He kind of like pushes the first one back towards you. You pick it up and kind of like huck it over to the side to Soren to catch.
Oh.
Kai goes out for the farther one, brings it back. It takes a couple minutes. And just as Kai's kind of getting back, you help him climb out of the water. Vorx, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Oh.
Coldest temperature in the mountain.
Oh, wait, I'm actually kind of maybe good. 11?
Yeah, that's enough.
Yay.
Well, I mean, Alaska's big and it does
you
go very
kinda-
far north.
Your wet legs kind of give you a chill.
That's right, because you're
but
splishing under the water.
Shake it off.
Like a wet
Kai, it doesn't bother you.
refreshing.
Shake off.
And in this time, you guys can gather the third one as well, and you walk them back to shore, I imagine. Kind of keep them together.
Mm-hmm.
Pull the bolt out. Give it back to Domino.
Hopefully this will be enough sacrifices for the whale.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
I don't know if whales even like birds.
I don't
Exotic.
even know what one
Do
looks
they
like.
taste?
I don't know.
Is it a fish?
It's technically a
About
mammal.
25 minutes pass. If there's anything else you guys want to do,
Nope.
there's not
we can,
much
like-
here. There's the
I guess we can
cabin.
defeather
It's-
the birds while we wait, because I get not, be like
I'm
here.
staring very angrily at me.
After about like 2 minutes of that, then we just hear in your head, I spy with my little eye something white.
I suppose I could ask V, does this look like enough of an offering?
If they hear bubble.
Hands bleached ass.
How did you know?
All the best drow in the Underdark are doing it. The Spider Queen demands we have bleached anuses. Much like the web comes from a spider's behind.
So pure is the spider's web, so pure it must be.
So V would say, I don't have much experience with whales, but I definitely think, the thought counts. At the very least, we'll go from there.
All right, that's all you can really hope for, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've also
When
got
in
a
hell-
bunch of hors d'oeuvres if it wants other flavors.
When
Fermented.
when something much larger and more intimidating
A
than
complex
you
balance required.
offerings.
So, at about 30 minutes total from when you guys rang the bell, you see the water out in that hole start to kind of get a little rougher, and then the breach of what looks like a ship first comes up out of the water, and then kind of just one singular eye of the whale kind of peers up over the edge, and you hear very deep, resonant voice that has like a slight echo to it. Says,
Let's go find you.
Well,
I don't
Finding Nemo the shit out of me.
Yep.
Who summons me?
We do.
Rhythm of the Moose
Are
does.
whales that big?
Moose moose!
Part of the course, as far as I've read.
Why should I trust
Vulture!
you?
We bring offerings. And I will huck one of the vulture corpses into the water.
It's like twice the size of you.
Yes, it doesn't go very far, but I will huck it and
You throw out your
Are
bag.
you guys still standing on the shore at this point? Do any of you
Well,
bring closer?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
step.
so
Yeah, we'll all
we
step
went up.
Close up?
to-
Okay.
go as far as the ice seems not too sketchy.
It's honestly pretty solid all the way up to it.
Okay.
As close as it seems polite to get to.
So you kind of bring forward just one of the corpses.
I got
Yes.
one of them too.
It like slides probably about 2 feet away from where the ice ends, and that's about it.
I'd have one of the others. I'm not hucking
When that
it.
fails, I'll go and pick it up after it only goes 2 feet. Grab the third one and join it with whatever the
Force
others
like
are.
dangling it. I'll let
Okay,
the
so
steamer
basically
win.
you're offering all three.
Yeah.
Danger, danger, danger.
Boy, she's up there again.
He kind of looks at it and says, "You guys plucked them?" So
Yes.
Yeah, 2.5 hours. Like,
yeah.
And they have been sufficiently roasted.
I have not had bird like this. Kind of.
We so
Humbly.
One of you kind of push one of the birds into the water for it, and you feel the shift of the ice and the water as you imagine it scooping this up into its mouth. And you wait there with the other two for a moment as it seems to be contemplating.
Put his.
Rhythm of the Moose. We're dancing.
I do not remember putting the song on the list.
Dinner and a show, Mr. Whale.
still in the combat list though.
Yeah, it is, I know. Where is it you wish to travel?
I look at
Valley.
Yeah, we're all gonna look in her direction.
Negotiations.
You will step up and say, we seek transportation to Ariel's island.
Wait, what?
We knew this.
Yes,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
that's where we're trying to go.
And the whale will say, give me the other two birds.
We offer scritches too.
I will take you to the island.
I just want to like curl one of the birds into his mouth, like hard.
Look at Valen or
Very intense.
Velen and be like, do we need the return trip as well?
She says that would probably be a good idea. Could you potentially wait for us and bring us back? We won't be terribly long. And the whale takes a moment and thinks and says, as long as her rock does not attack, I will
Wait, what?
circle the island and bring you back safely to this location. I will not wait forever.
I love you.
when the
Right.
whale says rock, does that trigger anything? Would we know what that is?
Don't contemplate it too much.
If that means anything, like
I was gonna say, I was gonna tell the whale, think about the rock, and then tell Vorks, read its thoughts. Does it think as slow as it talks?
Kai, you recognize the term as a giant bird creature.
How giant?
ROC.
Size of the
Yes.
dragon in this spot.
Ah,
Oh yeah!
Well, I mean, when an island has a rock that can attack, I think Golem.
Fair. All
Okay, I'm sorry. The rock.
That's a bird, not a golem.
Correct.
Very large bird.
As you activate the helmet and Soren gives kind of direction, you do get a visage pop up of a rock, which you've never seen one before, not in person.
Vorks just starts like gaping, like, oh, I want to fight it.
And you also get the sense as you're as this creature is thinking about it, and you notice that there is some scarring along the whale's face, at least on the side that you can see, and you realize from its thoughts that this creature, the two of them have had interactions in the past.
sea meets sky.
Neutral territory of ground.
Still think Sky wins that one.
Unless it gets dragged on this.
That is why he has the scars. Yes. I did not realize that.
He says,
Zeus over beside him.
if you are ready, I will lower and you can climb onto my boat.
I'm so excited.
I think we're ready.
God.
Yes, so there literally is a boat on the back.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like
Is it? It's apparently watertight too.
it's like a bubble.
I'm going to give you the silent
Oh.
treatment forever. I'm that petty. No.
The good news is,
I try to read Domino's thoughts, but all it is just
not
screaming.
verbal.
I try to. It's just a bunch of like. She's just picturing
Inspiration by
stabbing May
Galarian's
over and
harsh.
over and over again.
Remember when we were
that's what
talking
it
about
looks like.
killing her?
You just hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a boat with like a little bubble.
It's a pretty slick looking whale, actually.
I just kick her in the water.
Look at how happy
It is.
her and her bleached butt.
Congratulations, this is now
Holy
canon.
shit! That's so cool.
I don't remember if V told you, but the whale, if not, would let you know that it is about a 3 days journey this way from where you are to get to the island.
Is this also the same body of water with the sea monster?
No.
No.
Well, as far as we know, no.
No, that was the
Have you been doing good?
That was where you stayed
whole
last
time?
night.
I assume because of this. Okay. I did not prepare.
It's the one back
I was
quest I want
preparing
to keep
things
going
that we
back
fast
to. I
travel,
always
so I was
forget.
like, whatever, but it was on.
It's okay, we can go take care of
Barry would be
it.
gone by this
10.
point.
Yeah, but
Sure.
we went like 7 days. We're on like 4 days. So I can just keep.
Yeah.
Oh, you keep
Intimidation
doing it?
check.
Oh yeah, because one berry feeds you for
Yeah.
it gives you enough for like a day. Otherwise,
Yep.
it's
So
gonna
mark off some rations.
So you guys climb up onto the boat. There's just enough room for you guys.
I sit next to Domino.
Are there any other?
Where is she
passengers?
sitting? I sit completely opposite.
You guys can fight that out. You guys just. Domino sits down and then May sits next to her, and Domino stands up and walks to the other side of the boat and then sits down, and like a couple minutes later May stands up and walks over and sits down, and then Domino stands up and walks back to the other side of the boat.
In Soren's head, he just hears like, "Can you believe this shit?"
Observing, making notes. Like, is this a dance?
When we get on the boat, it's just a boat, right?
It's just a boat.
Okay. As we all get on
It's like
board.
a ship.
No, I know, but like submarines aren't a thing for the most part.
Correct.
So as we get on board,
Yep.
I'm gonna ask. It has a name. What the fuck is its actual name? She told us what it was.
Yeah, Enjuk. Enjuk.
So there,
And Juk. And Juk.
I will ask Anjuk.
Ooh, though.
To the guide.
That's what I'm doing. Ongajuk.
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 Bunga bunga.
Ongajuk.
Ongajuk, do you need us to do anything? Or is something gonna happen? Or do I need to, like, prepare myself to breathe? How does this work?
You just need to keep your arms and feet inside
The ride.
the ship at all times.
What game
You can leave, but nothing can enter.
I immediately make sure that Domino and May are separated.
Defenestration.
I look around the boat. We have 3 days on, like, a dinghy, essentially, that we're gonna travel underwater in for the next
I mean,
3
it's
days.
like a ship more
Yeah,
so than a
okay.
dinghy.
It's not like rooms, though. It's just like
No.
a plank with a... Okay.
Yeah.
Very large ship.
Yeah, that's what it's
Yeah.
just a deck with no other amenities.
We're gonna get to know each other very well. over the next
Yeah.
3
And
days.
at this point, the whale starts lowering down, and all of you kind of hold your breath as the water
I'm
starts
excited for
getting
it.
like higher and higher up the sides of the boat, and you're watching it. It gets almost level before you see this kind of like gel-like structure form up around the sides, and you become encased in a bubble.
This is so cool.
That is
Completely
pretty
see-through.
cool.
Do all whales do this?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Anja
Did you say that out loud?
Yes.
You hear as you're lowering into the water, the whale's voice comes even more echoey at this point and says,
With plenty of underground video game or underwater video game reverb going.
"Yeah, my Anja designed and created this."
Who's my Andra?
So it's automatic.
Do you ask that? Injajuk and Onjajuk will say, "My Anja was my companion many moons ago.
I'm sorry for your loss.
We had many years together."
Well, you're the cutest thing I've ever seen. I'm excited.
I appreciate that.
Can we kill her? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You kill May or the whale?
Hey,
I
May!
would take it as a personal favor if you did not kill me.
That was a joke.
There's no response from the
The
whale.
whale's head's just like, do it, do it.
So the whale
So-
keeps going down.
So apparently, as everybody else is like having conversations and moving around, and where I'm at this point, presuming just sitting next into approximate, like distance from each other, and be like, I just want to point out that this is another problem that I've solved.
And how do you figure?
I was the one that helped kill the birds, was I not?
Literally all
No,
of us.
I watched you hurt birds, and then I watched you kill one bird, and then I watched him kill a
And
bird,
who came
and
up
then I
with this?
watched her kill a bird.
And who came up with that solution from the get-go? Because none of you would have done anything if I had done something.
That's not true at all, actually. I think
While they're bickering about who killed the birds, I'm just gonna telepathically ask the whale like where it got that gnarly scar because I don't want to be polite and let it know I'm reading its mind and know all of its intimate shit.
You telepathically talk to it, but don't want to let it know that you can read its mind.
Yeah, I don't want to be like, yo, dude, that rock fucked you up. Rather, instead of that, be like, oh, what happened to your face, dude?
sea coral in here's a bit.
I figured. With the helmet, can it respond?
That's the one that can respond.
Okay. Weirdly enough, you hear the same deep, resonant echo
I thought I was gonna get around the long
Nope.
in your brain. And it says, Arul's rock is not friendly. I have strayed too close to it before.
Do you want us to take vengeance for you and bring you like a beak? Have you had rock before? You've never had vulture.
I have not consumed a rock. If you survive an encounter with the rock,
It was amazing.
Keep going.
Don't ruin my immersion.
I will happily dispose of its corpse for you.
Deal. I just let everyone know. Be like, hey, we might have a side quest.
So as you guys have now traveled slowly down deeper than you ever imagined you would be in a body of water, perfectly fine. The bubble is airtight, but not so much that you will run out of oxygen.
Magic.
Yes, because magic.
Yes.
But no issues, and perfectly transparent. So you have a gorgeous view of everything
Perfectly
around
clear
you.
sack.
This is the best experience I've ever had in my whole life.
Yeah, Vorks is like, for a very second, Vorks finally calms down. He's like, this is
we never
wonderful.
had together.
This gives me
pretty great,
anxiety,
right?
but less anxiety than being in forests.
I've been swimming before, but not quite like this.
Vorks hears
Well,
the
I'm
brief
sure I could
call
do
of the
it.
sea. Like he wants to abandon everything and just pilot whale bubbles for the rest of his life.
The urge is tempting.
As you guys, as Anjuk takes off, you were told that it will be a 3-day journey, and as she starts moving, you realize she doesn't move fast. This is a very leisurely pace that she is traveling. Yes. But over the course of the 3 days, as long as there's nothing else that you guys would like to do, you guys see spectacular, coral that it's not quite the bright coral you're used to from a tropical location, but it's a very ice coral visage. You see many shipwrecks that you pass in varying degrees of decay and some that are completely overtaken by the water life. You pass at one point a giant castle in the water.
Sweet.
If anyone is proficient in history, go ahead and make me a roll.
Damn.
I am not. Can I help somebody?
Oh yeah.
This one's metal.
Not those. I
22.
24.
Okay. Both of you guys recognize the architecture, as it were. Just the kind of, it's very worn down and kind of flattened from being underwater, but just the big structures of everything remind you of storm giant architecture.
Holy shit.
It fell from the sky.
And at one point you pass another set of ruins that you would recognize as Cyclopean ruins.
As what?
Cyclopean ruins.
Okay, that's what I thought you said.
From a long bygone empire that you guys have only ever read about, known as Astoria.
I'm gonna ask the whale if he has any equivalent of a diving
is this
suit.
Atlantis kind of deal?
Kind of.
I feel like we just share like a moment where we look at each other, and it's like the thing of knowing something that no one else has any idea of, and we're just like, wow.
The whale does not. It just reiterates that if you leave the bubble, you can't come back, but you can leave if you want.
Damn it.
To the rest of you, it's
suicide if you
gorgeous. I mean, you have never seen, none of you have ever seen in person these giant structures that are, on one hand, very well preserved, and on the other hand, definitely ruins. It's this weird, like, dichotomy of structure here, in this deep sea that you never thought would be here. You pass all manners of wildlife, fish. Off in the distance, you see larger fish.
I'll ask Angajuk if there's any like
Big
Run out of
should
paper
look out
in my
for.
journal doing
Like we need to
sketches and
defend
notes.
it. Do we know if it's a guy?
Do you have any predators on Jajam?
Yeah. Yeah, like do we need to? Like, can we like attack out of the bubble to defend you if we have?
Only rocks.
They'll say, most things avoid me now down here.
Way to establish dominance.
Mostly just the rock. If I stray too close,
Dude, aren't we gonna have to get close for you to drop us off?
it's area.
Don't go to this area.
Or if I leave this sea, there are stronger things like dragon turtles farther out. I mostly avoid those in my old age.
Smart.
This is just too much fun.
This is it, guys. Force giving up on his religion. He just wants to be a whale captain.
Wow, not a whole lot of conviction.
No, I'm just like, oh my god, it's Cyclops.
Away.
My god's a piece of shit, man. I don't want to My daughter's dead.
What has my God done for me lately?
It is the later afternoon as you're approaching the island, and you notice as you're starting to raise back up from the deep depths to what will be your landing point on the island. If fog could penetrate water, it gets murkier as you're approaching what would be the island. And as you kind of surface, coming just level for you guys to step out onto what is remnants of a dock. Angajuk does not go as high as she did to speak, or they did to speak to you. Just enough for you to step off the boat onto the island.
Before we completely disembark, I would like to ask, how will we know to summon you, or for you to know that we're ready to leave, if such a time comes and the rock is not nearby?
I can message.
If you can call to me, I will not be far.
Okay.
Thaw in a turd.
For my work?
I just ask it on our way out if our deal still stands.
You just get an affirmative. As you now get sight of this island for the first time, you notice that there is a thick fog that kind of obscures everything in a 200-foot. So you can see a 200-foot radius. Everything else is pretty obscured from this thick fog. You can see from where you approach the a jutting out landmass of the island that is pretty solid ice. The coast looks bare, weather beaten. You can see a partially shattered dock carved out of ice. That is where you're taken to step out onto. And you do notice as you are stepping onto the dock that the proportions were clearly made for giants.
Finally, something big enough.
Out to the distance, a little ways off, which you would have seen on your approach, there were some shipwrecks off a little ways to what would be your right from the, or your left from the dock. And that's all you can really see in this dense fog.
Right. So, Velen, where do we go?
So, as you guys get to the dock, because of the proportions, I'm going to need anyone that doesn't have climbing gear to make a athletics check to climb up onto the dock.
I have crampons and ice pick.
You and I have gear. Did you go here?
I also have a set of navigator's tools for some reason, so if we were doing that whale adventure, like
Yeah, it's just.
navigating underwater.
Does a hammer,
Me and May
pitons,
just become pirates.
crampons, all that stuff constitute as climbing gear?
I think it's
Yeah, that's
the
what. That's
pittons.
the crampons and the pitons or whatever. What you would use. to
Yeah,
climb.
yeah.
Alright, we're good.
24.
Got that then.
Yeah, because I bought that.
Okay.
Yep.
Domino?
8.
Domino's on my shoulder, she forgot to mention.
I have crampons, but I don't have titans.
Climb board.
Between the six of you, you managed to
Oh, wait
get...
a sec. I'm a sorcerer. I don't have to deal with this shit. I'm just going to fly up top.
Sure, you
Why?
can cast fly.
Yeah, I can.
Mark your spell slot.
Yep.
Classic sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
Between the five of you, you guys help
Here you go.
Domino
Have my
get
climbing gear.
up to the top. Not a major issue. Help! At the end of the dock, you see 50-foot high cliffs
Right.
with giant-sized steps embedded into
well.
them.
Parkour!
Continuing to fly up.
Alright, let's get back on the whale.
I just lean over to May. I'm like, pretty brave for him to be flying around with a giant bird of prey.
Yeah, I was
stalking
like, we just
him.
get back on the whale. Let's just get
I
back
was
on the
kind
wheel
of
and
thinking that.
Let this rabbit go. Let it chase.
Can
Hi.
we leave May too?
Kai, Sorn, and Domino, you see a smallish creature perched at the top of the ice stairs, kind of just sitting at the top, on the top step, sort of kicking its legs.
Humanoid.
Oh no!
I'm gonna take that as a no.
Maybe like fast.
Sitting there on its legs. It would be humanoid in
Yeah, but I said that. I'm not sure what it looks like.
maybe it has legs. I don't know.
Maybe it's like a centaur that's just like chillaxing like a baller.
How the
Hooves are
fuck?
over the top. Its back ones are like laying like a dog when it like puts its front legs over a couch, just chilling. Like its back legs are just
Yeah.
bold of the centaur, since he doesn't have, you know, gripping things of any kind.
His hands.
Instead of hooves, he just has spikes.
Just has been sharpened.
Yeah,
Spikes.
It's a mountain centaur. It's like a billy goat. It's half billy goat, half.
Yeah, still has hooves, but like, even if there's a slight incline, can still climb up, no problem.
How they climb up is just his goatee has descended down so far that we just holds in place. Just climb up his beard.
Rapunzel, let down your hair.
Their pews.
Why are you like this? You're all just said it.
I know.
You're gross.
I
Not to interrupt your search.
It has legs.
All right.
It has legs.
Wait, how far is the range of his helmet?
Yeah, what is that? Is it humanoid?
May, what's the range on the helmet?
I believe it was 120 feet.
Is this thing within 120 feet?
It's either that or 60. I think it was 120 though.
I mean, technically, from this distance, it looks humanoid.
Jesus, okay.
Within 120 feet?
Real quick. With 3 days. You're pointing at me for now?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm
Okay.
listening. Is what I'm saying.
With 3 days on the ship, was there anywhere to like casually explore it all, or is it basically just like a platform?
It's not very big.
Okay, no like rooms or anything. Okay.
It has legs. Looks vaguely humanoid, but there's debate. I'm not sure as I stare at this thing.
And
Does it look like it's looking at us?
It's definitely looking at
Okay.
you.
Or is it looking at him buzzing around like this?
I was gonna say,
Well-
and I have not noticed this thing, correct?
No.
No,
All right.
sorry, it's 30
Yep,
feet.
I'm
No!
up.
Yeah, my bad.
30 feet?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, no, it's definitely more than 30 feet. It's definitely like it's at the end of the dock and then like up steps. So you're going towards it?
But that's 50 feet away, you said? Or the cliff is 50 feet up.
The cliff was 50 feet high. They're 50 feet high cliffs.
Yeah.
So he's at the top, just like looking down at us.
That's
Right.
the type I said.
Yeah.
I roll to see if I recognize what it is. I go, who it is? Look like a.
Message is 120 feet.
What am I
Sure, if you
rolling?
want to.
Hello? We're friendly. Are you friendly?
What language do you say it in?
All of them.
Well, I don't speak many languages. Only common and halfling, so common.
Okay.
Everybody speaks common.
Right?
The way
I-
message
I also
works.
wait. You have to see it. You have to be able to see it.
Does it have to be able to understand you, or is it one of the ones that it can respond no matter what?
I think you can respond. Well, I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I've looked in this.
Yeah,
I think you can respond to message. I just don't know if it requires a language.
I just
or-
remember, it doesn't say, but I just remember Jester always being able to message anything.
I assume,
What?
I assume
Sending.
it's one of those things where like it can hear it. It doesn't necessarily have to understand it.
Yeah. How's it worded?
It's basically just like a mental walkie-talkie. If you're in range, they can
Point
hear
your
it. And
finger
you're just
towards
kind of
the page
like,
within range and whisper a message to the target, and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear. And then stuff about barriers.
Yeah, it doesn't
So
say anything about.
I think it just. I think it just
I think
understands
literally
and
you
then-
just communicate to it in whatever language.
And then if it knows that language, it answers.
Yeah.
Or it answers in whatever,
That's-
you know.
They define it as a
Verbiage,
whisper, which
yeah.
is a strictly vocal thing. So
hey, it's like being in a foreign country with a walkie-talkie and someone else is on the same channel. And you're just like, hey, what's up? And they're like,
Sing pong, fight
como
down!
estos?
yeah.
Lávate las manos!
So it's not common that you get back, but you do get a sense of willingness to be helpful.
Sus
leave.
as fuck.
I go, come here.
It waves back.
Sus.
Here.
I'm gonna ask V, like V.
As it
what is
waves at us, I look around like, oh fuck, like it's good. Like, why is it waving? Why is it?
I'm
And
waiting.
the rest of you guys
Yeah,
walking,
like-
making your way up
Like,
towards
shit,
it.
where'd it go?
I guess
I'm gonna ask
that a
V if
hostile
she knows
sign?
what it is. Does V know what it is?
Is it friend of yours?
As you pointed out to V, she's like, I'm not sure what it is from this distance.
Well,
Verastrix, are you specifically leaving the group to keep going forward?
As long as there are things that would require climbing, I will continue making the most out of my fly.
This is
to
a complete
get past
character turn I have not expected at all.
And are the rest of you guys going up or waiting?
we're going.
Utilizing my
Going up.
superiority to overcome
I
this obstacle.
would be going up unless someone said like, let's wait here for it to come down, which no one has explicitly said. So
Yeah, I guess we're
It
going.
takes you guys a little bit to climb up, so Verastrix will meet it first. And what you see is a creature smaller than you, because by the time you get to the top, you do notice it sitting there on the top step.
Yeah.
It's smaller than you. It's pure white. It does have pretty sharp angles to its body, and it has wings. It is not a creature you've ever encountered before.
The fuck?
Hello?
It waves.
I say hello in Draconic.
It waves.
I say hello in Dwarf.
It waves.
Okay, I wave back at it. And then I'll just kind of like perch down on the ice at the top of the cliff and just kind of awkwardly look around and look at it.
Okay, it's seeming like rather chipper and energetic. It's kind of just like
Dancing?
kicking its legs. I can't kick my legs. You guys can't see my legs, but it's just kind of like happy to see you.
This is so
I'm-
sus.
I'm going to do nothing until my companions arrive.
We just walked up and Cole and this little thing are like,
It's like,
Dance off.
As the rest of you guys get closer,
Ice Cube Olaf.
it waves at you guys approaching. At this point, it'll kind of stand up and give a little, like, very flourishing bow. You all see the same thing.
I bow back.
You do notice that V's familiar, her snowy owl, does get very ruffled as soon as it comes into view and is not liking this creature at all.
Now that
And-
we're close up, was it? We all see that same. It's just
Yep.
like, and it's like tiny.
It's small sized.
Okay. Hello.
It waves.
it doesn't seem to be
Okay.
too talkative.
Does anyone
you
here
speak?
have that talkie spell?
It seems to say something.
Does
But-
it? Does it actually speak?
Yes.
Assuming it speaks in a language none of us can understand.
Is it a
I speak
Elven,
Druidic,
Common
and
one?
Primordial,
Speak Druidic Primordial.
and Elvish and Infernal. But if it's what I think it is,
What do you speak?
those are the two that I think it would be.
Ghoul and Elven? I assume
Elemental
it's not
speak
Ghoul.
primordial.
undercommon and goblin.
Demna?
Halfling and common.
Oh, undercommon is the one I talk with. Common, draconic, dwarven, and undercommon.
Elven, infernal, common, and undercommon.
It's not any of those.
It's not any of those. Interesting.
But it kind of gets excited and starts kind of gesturing as like a.
Right. Well, and I will cast comprehend languages.
Okay,
Is this our
there we go.
guide?
Cut through the bullshit.
Okay. You cast comprehend languages, and as just an instant cast.
Yep.
So you kind of catch. The end of it saying, "I could show you," or you jump into it and it says shipwrecks. Or I could show you the last ship that crashed off the coast in the north. Or the Frost Maiden has beautiful ice sculptures all over the island, and I can be your guide.
Right.
We have a guy.
So I only caught part of that. Do you have a name?
My name
Well,
is
wait,
Supple.
can you talk with things with comprehend languages?
If it can understand me, I can understand
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I can't speak back in its language, but I can
Oh.
understand what it's saying.
All right.
So as long as it can still understand common, which it seems to be able to.
All right.
Sopa. Well, Sopa, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And then I look towards so where do we need to go? Or this wonderful person, Sopa, seems to be a guide.
View will remind you that you believe, or she believes that the codicil is a book that you were looking for that is kept in Arl's abode by her followers. And that is what you're looking for specifically.
Oh gosh, I'm not the diplomatic representative.
I will translate.
We were hoping to visit the home of Ariel and gaze upon its wonderful visage. It's where we have made this pilgrimage here. Could you lead us to it?
I can. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Okay.